So, Kevin Honell wanted to know my position on gun control and the Second Amendment. And I think this question actually was posted even before the latest school shooting in Nashville that has captured national attention. Um, but it is always a timely question, perhaps because mass shootings are not a daily occurrence in our country. I did the math. They are an every 16-hour occurrence in our country. Every 16 hours, there is a mass shooting. How do I want to deal with this? So many ideas on how I would like to go about addressing this issue, none of which are just thoughts and prayers. I would like to preface this with stating that there is a gun in my household. We are gun owners here in this house. My husband is an Army veteran and actually a decorated marksman when he was in the infantry. And we keep a pistol, a handgun, in a safe for protection against invaders, etc. So basically, it is self-defense, and that's the sole reason we have it. Obviously, we are pro-life, and we believe the only justification to end a life is if it is absolutely necessary to protect other life. And that being said, reason we have a handgun toward that end and not an arsenal or an AR-15 is that assault rifles, assault weapons have absolutely no legitimate value when it comes to protecting life. They are unwieldy, they are large, they cannot be concealed. If you fire them, they fire at such power, such velocity, that you can easily penetrate the walls and kill someone else in a neighboring room. So and they're high capacity. So unless you anticipate a home invasion being an entire platoon trying to kill you, you do not need an AR-15. I believe these are a public safety threat. I believe they have no business in the hands of civilians. They were based off of military rifles, and they exist to kill. That's what they're made to do. And the wounds that they create are so severe and the damage is so significant that the odds of someone surviving are much slimmer. You can bleed out, it shatters, it leaves cavitation, huge holes in the body. That is not what we want, even if we do end up firing upon someone who's entering our house that we think is threatening to our family, our children. The goal is to negate that threat, to neutralize it. It is not to kill the attacker. If they can be put down with a bullet and still be saved at the hospital later with surgery, then that's good. We recognize that there's a chance that by shooting to protect ourselves, we could end up killing the person that's attacking us. And, that's not the goal, but, that's justified. Law of double effect, right? The goal is not to kill, the goal is to save. Here in Texas, I'm in San Antonio, I'm very close to Uvalde. And because AR-15s are so powerful and do so much damage, there was a delayed response with the law enforcement. They were just, all we could figure is they were afraid because they knew exactly what that gun can do. While these weapons remain legal and available in the hands of civilians, they mean that our law enforcement are just outgunned. Any good guy with a gun that has a concealed carry license that might carry a gun in order to put down someone who is committing a spree shooting at a public place, that person is also outgunned. There have been studies that show the number of lives that we can save just by limiting the capacity of how much ammunition that they can have before they have to reload. There are so many common sense things that we can do that in no way infringe upon someone's right to self-defense, in no way jeopardize someone's safety. So I support the Second Amendment. I support the right to self-defense, but I am also very cognizant of the fact that suicide is also an epidemic in our country, and those that choose guns as the lethal means, which is primary means chosen, are less likely to, almost statistically impossible, that they are going to survive that suicide attempt. So it poses a threat also to people in the household who might have an impulse, who might be going through a hard time. So there's a lot of things that I would like to see happen when it comes to regulating firearms. I would believe that firearms should be regulated at least to the degree that vehicles are. Vehicles exist for a legitimate purpose to get from point A to point B. They don't exist to mow down people. They don't exist to get into crashes. But just because they have that capacity to hurt people, we have to learn how to operate them, demonstrate that we know how to operate them, carry liability insurance in case there's an accident and we hurt somebody with our vehicle. We have to register them. We have to show that they are safe and well maintained. These are the things that we do just in order to drive cars, because cars could potentially hurt other people. We have firearms that exist solely for the purpose of hurting people. I'm not talking about hunting rifles and things like that. Those have the capacity to hurt people. I'm talking about, we have firearms, they are weapons. Their goal, their job, their intent, their purpose is to destroy whatever it is they shoot. And that alone, to me, indicates that it's just common sense to insist on some degree of training and background checks. I like to see red flag laws as well, where if someone indicates that they're a threat to themselves or others, that they can be disarmed. But I feel like so many things are just intuitive, and we haven't done them. And we haven't done them just because we have a very powerful gun lobby, not because public opinion agrees with the gun lobby. Public opinion, in fact, most gun owners agree with me and want more regulations, want common sense protections for humanity, for society. And so there's many places where I would like to start, but I feel like the bare minimum place to start is an assault weapons ban. When we had an assault weapons ban, mass shootings dipped down to nearly nothing, despite the fact that there were already assault weapons in the market, not for purchase, but out there, pre-purchased. Once that assault weapons ban was lifted, that is when mass shootings went through the roof and continue to terrorize and threaten society and threaten our children. So yes, I am pro Second Amendment, but I'm also pro common sense, and we need to fix our society and our gun laws. Period.